Right, folks, you're in for a special treat today. You've got the old twofer, the 2-for-1. Yes, day 21 yesterday of our Tenerife 2024 jaunt, and you can hear my voices going. Some people will be pleased with that, me not as much so. I'm going to give you day 21, which was yesterday, and day 22, which is today, but today is a going home day. We're off at tea time. We get back on the very early hours of Friday morning. We're going to be tired tomorrow, but it's one of those things. Right, what did we get up to yesterday? Well, before I get into how the day started, let me say another treat at the end of the day. An absolutely fantastic treat. A couple of days ago, I reported on Clarence Stanley at the Night Owl. He was sensational. We had somebody else last night that, honestly, absolutely brilliant. More about that in a moment, although if you've seen the thumbnail, you'll know who I'm talking about. Right, and they're the ones to blame for what happened yesterday at tea time, to be honest with you. I'd said to wife a couple of days ago, there's a couple of folk I follow on their YouTube, old Rick and Shelley from Tenerife, and they'd done a review of a restaurant, a Thai restaurant that's just opened. And they were doing a special at lunchtime, very, very cheap for 2 courses. And they said it's unbelievable food, you've got to come, you've got to. They said you'll get out at lunchtime, but all the night times are booked up, there's no spaces over. Told all this to her indoors, she listens to what she wants to listen to. We couldn't get there. We could have got there yesterday, but she wanted to sunbathe. Last night when we were walking there, she said, I would have gone today, but you didn't say. I said, I told you, but you didn't listen. I said, we can go there tonight, but there'll be no spaces. Anyway, we went there looking for the place. We couldn't find it. We knew it was supposed to be. We walked all around. I think it's called a Passerella Centre. Couldn't find it. Seen a lovely young lady that worked in Chicago's. Tell a lie, it's the bar next door. I think it's called Casey's. I think they're owned by the same people. I said, is there a restaurant just opened here, a new Thai place? She said, yes, but it's closed tonight. I said, oh, it's not, is it? She said, yeah. I said, well, we couldn't find it, probably because it's not lit up. She said, yeah, it closes on a Thursday. She said, mind you, what day is it today? I said, Wednesday. She said, that's strange, it must be closed tonight as well. I have noticed it's closed. It's definitely closed on Thursday. And I thought, well, that's very good. Rick and Shelley not giving us the right info. It's alright saying it's booked up on night times. They should tell us what nights it's closing. They let me down there good style because we was going to just try to sneak in. There was only 2 of us. We thought we might get in there. So that was a bummer. So I said to this young lady from Casey's, anywhere else you could recommend? She mentioned a few. And she said, what about the Chinese one? What was it called? I'd never been before. Never been before at all. Overseas. We didn't have to go overseas for it. Just went round the corner. Anyway, we really enjoyed it. Had a crackerjack of a meal there. Lovely. So well done, that young lady. Anyway, we decided to end our night in a place called Gigi's. Gigi's. Nothing to do with the racing whatsoever. Young lady on there called Shelley, who we both love, myself especially. Think she's great. First come across her a couple of years ago, well, 3 years ago on YouTube. Came across the Tenerife to watch her. Watched her 8 times in a fortnight. She thought we were stalking her. She's never said that, but I'm sure she bloody did. Every time she looked up, we were there. Last year we took it easy, only seen her 2 or 3 times. We've only seen her once this year. Was at the Rum Park. I don't like the place, and I'm sat outside the doors, and I said to wife, it's the only act I want to see on the island that tonight. She's doing an 11 o'clock show. Let's go and watch that. So we did. And we met a lovely couple there. Really, really nice couple from the Midlands. Had the crap with them, had a good chat with them. I say I had a good chat. The wife never stopped talking. She really does talk more than me. She'd had a few sherbets at the time. I think the woman thought to herself, oh my God, I'm going to need hearing aids in tomorrow or syringed out because what's happening with me is the wife never stopped. She does that, but she is pretty interesting, and I'm calling her for the sake of it. She's alright, she's the wife, don't worry about that. Anyway, nice couple. Anyway, Shelley comes on, now, oh, there's a thing. She followed what I think was a tribute act. We get in there about 9:45. Bear in mind, she's not until 11. This fella comes in and her indoor said, oh no, it's the Oasis tribute act. She knows how much I hate Oasis. I hate them with a passion. I said, oh no. We had good seats then, so we didn't want to go out because we'd come back in and we wouldn't get a seat. And I wanted to see Shelley. It's the last act of the holiday. And I said, I can't sit through Oasis. It was a really weird tribute, this was. He's an Oasis tribute, did about 3 songs of Oasis, maybe even only 2. Then decided to do some good songs by other folks. He asked for requests. He didn't have anything that I asked him for. I asked him for something. He said, give me the names of some British bands. I said, I'll give you one. Big Country. Brilliant choice. He said, brilliant choice. Don't know where to buy them. Oh, right, I said. Oh, anyway, he did a few songs. Really good he was, really good. And I thought, this is the kind of Oasis tribute I like. Someone that comes to do Oasis songs, realises themselves that they're absolute crap, and does other stuff instead. I liked him, he was alright. Nowhere near as good as Shelley, but alright. But I liked the fact that he only did, I think it was 3 Oasis songs. So I could put up with that. Anyway, old Shelley herself comes on, breezes in as she does, has a couple of chats with a couple of people, gets onto the stage, and just starts to do her stuff. And fantastic it is too. Now let me tell you this. What would you expect, folks, from somebody that's been viewed not 700 times on TikTok, no, not 7,000 times on TikTok, no, not 70,000 or 700,000 times on TikTok, but 7 million. What would you expect of a young lady that's been viewed 7 million times on that there TikTok? Well, firstly, I'd expect she's a millionaire now. That isn't the case. She should be with them kind of views, but they pay bugger all. But secondly, I'd expect a good show. If someone's watched her 7 million times, they must rate her. Well, I'm telling you now, folks, I already did. I've not watched her on there because I don't do that TikTok and all that palaver. YouTube is as much as I can do. But she started with a song that's been viewed 7 million times on TikTok. It's a song by, is it Teddy Swims? I'm not down there with the kids, folks. I don't really know any new stuff. It's on and I'm really enjoying it. I said to the wife, I like this. What's this? She said, I think it's Jack Severetti. I said, he sounds a bit like Jack Severetti. I really like him. I know I've heard of his songs. I like him. I like the first one he came out with a few years ago. I love it. I couldn't remember what it was called. I said, I like him. I've never heard her do any of this Jack Severetti before. Anyway, Erling does starts looking on the phone. Oh no, it's Teddy Swims. I said, well, I should have known that. It's been viewed 7 million times. She sings it in her act all the time now. She's doing so well. I don't mean she push it. I don't mean, but people like it. People want to hear it. I said, oh, you're rubbish, to Erling does. You're rubbish. Give him this dud info. But she starts with Teddy Swims. Absolutely fantastic. But it did sound a bit like Jack Severetti. More about that at the end. These are the kind of songs she did, folks. She did something by Teddy Swims. Something by Celine Dion. Something from the Grease film. Something by Billy Ocean. She rounded up with a song from Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now what I'm saying to you folks is this. The span of songs she does and the various genres she comes in and out of is just absolutely unbelievable. There was one part where she said, oh, someone's asked me to do this. Oh, wait a minute, it's not loading. They've asked me this one as well. That's not loading. Wait a minute, knocks a third song. Oh, that one's loaded up. I'll do this one instead. The catalogue of songs she's got is huge. I've said it before. When I think about it, I don't think there's anybody on this or any other island or any country that's got the catalogue that this lady's got. It's just absolutely unbelievable. It really, really, really is. She may have 120 songs. She may have more. I noticed, I think it's on a Tuesday night in Los Cristianos. She does a show with another young lady singer off the island where they do rockier stuff and they do duets. She even has a night where she just does rock music because the background initially, back in the UK, was fronting a rock band. And it's just unbelievable what she does. Absolutely unbelievable. Last night she was on fire. She probably didn't think so, but she was brilliant. Absolutely flawless. And I think to myself, how can you have such a range and sing so many songs and sing them so well? It's unbelievable. I must have heard her do now probably 50 or 60 different songs. There's one song she's done, she's never not heard her do it this time, a really well-known song, I can never remember what it is, and I think it's not brilliant. It's the only song that I think isn't brilliant out of 60. You can't knock that. It's unbelievable. I mean, she's been viewed this 7 million times, this Teddy Swim song. I've got the TV on yesterday, on This Morning, or something like that, might be Lorraine, I've only seen a bit of it yesterday, and they've got a guy there that's been caught on camera outside one of the stations in that there London, been busking for 7 years. He's gone really, really well. Somebody's discovered him. Listen to it, I'm saying to Erling Doors, he sounds crap. He sounded absolutely crap in the 30 seconds. Anyway, some record company's got hold of him, they've offered him a record, and they've invited old Teddy down to sing with him outside this station. And all you hear is Teddy singing, to be honest with you, you don't hear this bloke. And I said to Erling Doors, I said, that's unbelievable. I said, it just shows how the industry works, how unfair it is. I said, you've got Shelley, probably 3 times as good a singer as this lad outside the station, but just because he's been seen by the right people and had the right breaks, he's going to make it. And although she's doing really well for herself, she's not making it as she should do, as she deserves. I know she's been on The Voice years ago, and I know she's tried for BGT, the Old Britain's Got Talent, but they tend not to pick you unless you've got an absolutely fantastic backstory or whatever else. You know, you've got to have somebody who's died or dying or whatever else. It's bloody crazy. She's gone down for auditions a couple of times. She'll rip it up. If she got on the show, I mean, somebody's just won it. Is it Sydney something or other? I don't know what her name is. Been in shows in London there and whatever else. She's not got as good a voice as Shelley. But she's made it and going to earn a fortune, and you just think it is just so wrong. But last night, she was absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Cracking end to a cracking night. Now, what I will say is this. I met a fellow a couple of weeks ago, old Rick there, for the first time. Funnily enough, I'm recording this early. I'm going to have a second meet with him, so I'm just going to fit him in. It's going to be a stretch, because we're off at tea time. He messaged me yesterday, do you want half an hour for I do what I've got to do? I said, yeah, by all means. We can chat all things YouTube, and there's a couple of technical questions. I don't know a lot about YouTube, a couple of things that I'd like to know about. He'll know the answers, so I can pick his brains. And I met him a couple of weeks ago. I said, I'll tell you what, she sings all these songs. I said, for me, her best songs, the ones I love, is one of the wife's favourites. One, I was hoping she'd do it last night. I was going to film it for the lad. It's one of my lad's favourite songs. I was going to shout it out and didn't. The reason I didn't was, it was an up-tempo set last night. She does one now and again by Tom Jones called Fall in Love. My lad absolutely loves it. Had she had done it, we'd have filmed it and sent it to him. And she also does the Matt Monro classic, If I Never Sing Another Song. Them for me are two of her best songs. I absolutely love them, and I mean love them. I seen a fella a couple of weeks ago, old Rick there, and I said, I'll tell you what she should be singing. She likes Matt Monro, she likes old Joe Longthorne. I've heard her mention it only the other week. He's done another one, Joe. It's the only one he's ever done that's better than If I Never Sing Another Song, and it's called We Don't Cry Out Loud. I think the lady, is it Elkie Brooks? I think she first brought it out. The old Salford girl there, many, many years ago. And then Joe Longthorne picked it up. Absolutely sensational song. I said to him, have a word with her, she shouldn't be singing that. I bet she's not passed it on. She'd sing it brilliantly. And going back to Jack Savaretti, my favourite song of his is called Candlelight. I'm telling you now, she'd be able to sing it. And that'd be another cracker for her. So Britain's Grumpy Stolgate. I'm not always grumpy. Sometimes I'm giving. There's two songs for you now. I'm telling you, Shelley, you'll nail them. You'd absolutely nail them. Just give them a go. Candlelight, Jack Savaretti, and We Don't Cry Out Loud by old Joe. By old Joe. Absolutely fantastic. But anyway, that was the end of last night. Today, what we're doing today, well, we got up pretty early, a bit earlier than normal. Bit of a tidy up, although we've paid to have the apartment be done. Ernie does is down by the pool. I'm going down there in a moment. We're just going to have something on the hoof. We was going to go to a place called the Winchester for some lunch. We tried getting one night a week or two ago and couldn't get in. We'd not booked. There was a wait. We don't like waiting. We go somewhere else. Funnily enough, it's Rick and Shelley. We've seen the review on about 18 months ago. It looked good. I've never been there. Anyway, we was going to go there and we thought, we don't want the walk there and back. We're going to go to the takeaway chicken restaurant afterwards and have a bit of chat bit outside there. I'm meeting Rick at about 3:30. He's only got about 45 minutes because he's got to go and film Shelley there at Hoppy. She does every Thursday. About 45 minutes with him. And then we'll pack up, we'll finish the packing, and I think we get picked up about 6:30. Airport for God knows when, flying God knows when, Erling knows it all. And back home about 20 to 2, I think, maybe, I don't know when, I have no idea. So today all it is, bit by the pool for an hour or so, bit of Jack Big Chicken restaurant, I'm meeting Rick, she's not, that's it. So you've got 2 days in one, not much happening today, a lot more happening today, and a cracking night out to finish the holiday last night, an absolute Bobby Dazzler of a night out. Right folks, with that I'll leave you. The next time you speak to me, I'll be back in Blighty. I was going to do a Showbiz one today. There's bits happening out there, but you know what? I'm not going to. I'll have a day off today if you don't mind. Bit more tomorrow, bit more content, bit more Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back up to speed. On the 7th, back up to speed. Anyway, hope you're all well, folks. Speak to you later in the week.